Hi to everyone. Very warm welcome to one and all present in front of this video sessions. Okay. Today I am going to start your lessons which is present in your textbook. Okay. So before going to that, we'll ask you some questions. Okay. I know many of you are very interested and very curious to know some of the reasons scientifically. Yes or no? In a daily life, you people are very interested and very like to eat ice cream, right? Even what are the charts you can able to eat? You will be rushed to go to a shop and you will purchase something else to eat. What are those things you will be like in a daily life to eat charts? Okay, ice creams ice creams, yes, chocolates, chips, and then some of the items or some of the things you will be like so much. Yes or no? So, do you know how this ice cream is able to melt? Once you just eating the ice cream, after it goes into your mouth, it becomes what? Melting. Okay, after that you feel very easy to swallow it, right? Not only that, what happened the chocolates? The chocolate, what is the state of the chocolate? Chocolate is a solid state. Yes or no? After providing some temperature to that, it will be start to melt. That means it comes to the liquid state. Understand? Now let us take another example. What happens? You know that everybody should know that. Okay, any other papers you just burn. Okay, what happens? Immediately a black coated or black ashes will be remains. Understand? So this is some interesting and curious. Okay, if it is burn or if it is goes for the one actions and next actions, what happen? It becomes to the next product. Or it gives you another product which you never ever seen in that product. Understand? Not only that, okay, when you have opened and kept the oil in the kitchen, after few days, what happened? It becomes spoiled and the smell also become changes. Yes or no? And the food which is cooked, the food which is cooked by your mother or in the kitchen, what happened? It is become very softened after cook. Understand? Even that is a solid state. Understand? So it changes the state. Understand? We know that three states are present. One is liquid, solid and gas. And moreover thing we study in the 9th standard, that is a plasma state. Right? Now in this session let us study exactly what is the states of these actions and reactions. Now, do you have any other ideas about how these reactions takes place and what is the in-depth reason to be go different kinds of changes? Let us go study and just give some of the work to your brain. Let us have a thinking. When if you go for the cooking of the food and then melting of the ice creams or melting of the ice cubes, understand? Ripening of the food. After ripening, you can't get back to the beginning stage, right? After once you cook the food, it can't be get back to the beginning stage. Then you take another example of burning of candles. So no, so burning of candles is undergoes some changes, like it is changes in a physically as well as chemically. Then these are all some different kinds of actions takes place in each and every life, in a daily life. Okay, these are some of the concepts we need to understand. What is this happening? What is the reaction which takes place in that? Understand? So today in this class, let us study all the concept which is come across in the lesson. So it undergoes some changes, right? So that changes is called as a chemical change. The changes is going to call as a chemical change. Not only that, the chemical changes takes place in that particular process. So that we were going to call it as a chemical changes. So the name of this lesson is what we are studying is the chemical reaction and equation. Hence, let us come to the topic of chemical reaction and equation. What do you mean by reactions. Chemicals is nothing but it may be a solid, liquid or a gas. Okay, the chemical reaction means that 2 or 3 compounds or 2 or 3 elements are mixed together or form different products. Yes or no? So that is we are going to call it as a chemical reaction. Then what do you mean by chemical reaction? The chemical reaction is a chemical process. Chemical reaction is a chemical process in which new substances is formed. New substances is formed. These new substances is formed with the new properties. Exactly no. Now before the elements, what is there that has some of the property. After that, the chemical reaction is change place. The product produced or productions or products are different. Hence, it takes place of different properties also. It undergoes different properties also. Understand? Now, what kind of chemical reactions takes place? What are the substances which undergoes these chemical reactions? Now, in your textbook, and we will study further details in the classifications of periodic table. Guys, all of you look at this. This we call it as a periodic classifications of table. Understand? In this table, we just group together so number of metals, and we have 118 elements are present. 118 elements are present. So 94 occurs naturally and 24 are synthesis, and 80 elements are stable. That means it has some of the isotopes, and 38 are radio elements, and 17 are non-metals, and 91 are metals. We can call it as the list of metals and non-metals. Some of these 100% or 98%, 99% of these elements are undergo chemical reaction. That means it reacted with another elements, and that is reacted with another elements. It changes or it shows some changes and which undergoes a chemical reaction. For example, look at this: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. So many kinds of metals, non-metals are present. Okay, anything can go and react with any other elements, it depending on the atomicity as well as depending on the valency of the electrons. In the previous class, we have studied what is these elements, atoms as well as compound. Yes or no? These compounds, elements and atoms are combined together form as a compound. Understand that we know well how this is exists in an environment or exists in a process. This is a brief instruction to come across the different kinds of elements were present. Okay, which is very helpful and give you a lot of information. Just go through this once, and you can know that how can we write the chemical equations in a symbolic representation. Now let us move to the topic. What do you mean by chemical reaction? You study, right? The chemical reaction is nothing but it is a chemical process in which new substance are product. What kind of new substance are formed? The new substance is the combinations of two elements that we are called it as a reactant. For example, if I give you A is an element, just an example. A is an element and B is another element. What can be the product? It can be the product of AB. Understand? A or B, B or A. These are the product. So this is the left hand side, what you are going to see, and this is a right hand side. Okay, this is left hand side, this is a right hand side. This left hand side is called as a reactant. What do we call it as a reactants? And this is called as a product. Then what is this? What is this? Why we need to write this? And this we are going to call it as a chemical equation. This we are going to call it as a chemical equation. The chemical equation involves the chemical reaction. So these are the substances which undergoes the chemical reaction. Understand? So what I mean by chemical equation now? The chemical equation is the process or is the equation you are going to write in the form of equation of the chemical reaction. The chemical reaction what is takes place that you are going to write in the form of equation. So that is called as a chemical equation. It consisting of both reactant as well as a product. Now let us move on to the examples of these chemical equation. Now I just understand that you are come across these chemical equation. What do you mean by chemical equation? The chemical process or chemical reaction what is undergoes that you are going to write in the form of equation is called as chemical equation. Now, this is a simple general example. It can be anything else and it can be anything else and it can be anything else. And we have to study what are the different kinds of compounds or products will be existing. If we take an example. Now, you have to take some of the criteria has to follow to write down the chemical equation. Now, not only this, some of the metals I have shown you, right? Some of them are metal, some of them are non-metals. Some of them are liquids, some of them are solids, and some of them are aqueous solutions. What do you mean by aqueous solution? It is nothing but it is in the form of solvent, and water is adding in this compound or in the element. So that we are going to call it as aqueous. So we are representing the elements in the bracket. Whether if it is liquid, you have to represent liquid. Whether if it is a solid, you should represent as a solid S. Or whether if it is a gas, these evolutions you will be representing as a gas. Or whether it is an aqueous solutions, it consisting of water, that you are representing as a aqueous. Understand? Now, let us moving to the next topic. Now, why we need to write this chemical equation? On what base we are going to write? Okay. Now, we need to write the chemical equation to understand the easy way. To understand easily and to make the equation simple and simple. Understand? Hence, we need the chemical equation and in the form of any other, like you are representing one element plus another element. This aroma shows the reaction which takes place between these and product is existing. I hope you understand. Now, let us give you some of the example for these chemical reaction. I have told you that left hand sides of the elements are reactant, right hand side of the elements are product. Then what do you mean by reactant? Reactant is nothing but it is a part of equation that you are representing before the reaction. Okay, before the reaction you are representing, that is called as what? A reactant. After the reaction, what is takes place? You are going to represent through the aroma and writing in the right hand side, that is called as a product. Product may be anything else. Understand? So, and the next one you should identify and write in below of that. For example, A is a solid, you can write solid, or B is a liquid, you can write as a liquid. And what is the product? Whether it is a gas, you write gas. Whether it is a liquid, you write liquid. Whether it is a aqueous, you write aqueous. Okay. Whether it is a solid, you should write a solid. Okay. This is how chemical equation has to be represented. Understand? Now, so some of the examples, you look at this. The first example I am going to give is magnesium. When magnesium is reacted with oxygen, gives like magnesium oxide. Understand? And then look at this. When iron is or red hot iron is passed over with a steam of water, we will get ferrous oxide with the liberations of hydrogen. Ferrous oxide with the liberations of hydrogen. Now, sodium hydroxide. Now, the sodium. Now, look at these examples. Some of the examples we have seen. Look at this. When magnesium ribbon is reacted with oxygen, okay, and exposed to oxygen, what happens? Magnesium oxide is formed. Similarly, ferrous or iron, okay, is reacted with water, or here in the case of steam that we have studied in the 8th standard, right? So, you will get ferrous sulfate and hydrogen gas is liberated. So, iron, red hot iron is passed with the steam. The ferrous hydroxide or ferrous oxide is liberated along with the hydrogen, and sodium hydroxide. Look at this. Sodium hydroxide is reacted with sulfuric acid. So, gives like sodium sulfate and also liberations of water. Look here, zinc. Second is a zinc. Zinc is reacted with sulfuric acid, gives right zinc sulfate along with the liberations of water. So copper oxide is reacted with hydrogen or liberations of copper as well as water. Now calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, when you heated the calcium oxide, what happened? Calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide is liberated, and hydrogen, or we know that how the water is formed when hydrogen and water or hydrogen and oxygen is combined to form as a water. Now these are the few examples what we were studying, like chemical equation. Now these are the different kinds of chemical equations and some of the example. Now next look at these all example. Okay, look at these all example. Every example is consisting of reactants, product, reactants, product, reactants, product. Okay, here two products. One product, here two products. Here also two reactants, two products. Two reactants, two products. Okay, here one is the reactant. If you are going to be heat, so that the liberations of two products. Okay. Similarly, hydrogen and oxygen is combined to form one product. We call it as a water. Okay. Now the next question is the number of reactants of the element is equal to the number of reactants of the product? Is it? Can you understand what I am going to tell you? Look here. Here we are representing as elements. Magnesium is an element. Magnesium is an element, and oxygen. How many number of oxygen are there? 2. How many number of magnesiums are there? 1. So number of magnesium is 1, number of oxygen is 2. But this is the reactants. What about in the case of product? The magnesium is 1, but the oxygen is 1. What has to be converted? The oxygen must be converted as 2. 2 element must be present in the product. Now what is happening in this case? The element which is present in a reactant is not equal to the element present in the product. Understand? Now let us go for the next example. How many elements are present in the left hand side? One is iron, one is water. Water you can split it into form as an element like. Okay, look at in the second example. Iron is a 1 element and hydrogen is a 2 elements. Oxygen is a 1 element. This is one reactant. What about in the product? Here Fe, you just split it as an element. I have told you, right? Here iron is a 3 instead of 1, but oxygen is 4 instead of 1. Understand? And hydrogen is 2. Hydrogen is 2. This is okay, but rest of all not equal. Hence, what do we call it as? A skeletal equation. That means the number of reactant must be equal to the number of product. Otherwise, that type of reactions we are going to call as skeletal reaction. Skeletal reactions of a chemical equation. Now what we have to do? Now we have to balance the equation. Okay. Why we need to balance the equation, ma'am? What happens if we did not balance these equation? Yes, of course you need to balance the equation. Why? We know that according to conservation law of mass. Okay. According to conservation law of mass. According to conservation law of mass, the mass neither be created nor be destroyed. That means the left hand reactant must be equal to the right hand reactant. Then the mass is equalized. That means the mass is equalized and conserved. You have to apply this law. Hence we need to balance the equation. Then what we have to do? Let us take an example of the first one. What happens in this case? Magnesium ribbon, when you expose to oxygen, it forms as a magnesium oxide on the layer. Here magnesium is a solid, oxygen is a gas, and magnesium oxide is a solid. It forms as a layers on the metals, on the magnesium. Understand? Now it is not balanced. Here how many products, how many elements are there in the left hand side? 1. Here is 1. But here is a oxygen is a 2 elements. Here oxygen is a 1 element. Now we need to balance. So to balance the equation, we have to follow some of the criteria. What are the criteria? First one, you must observe that what is the maximum number of element is present in the chemical reaction, whether it may be a right hand side or the left hand side, or reactants are as a product. Understand? Now look here, the maximum number of elements are oxygen. 2 elements are there. And first one you have to take down this. Afterward, you count the number of elements and then try to equalize as a left hand side as well as the right hand side. Now let us go for the first one. Look here now, you have to make this chemical balance as a step by step method. Now in the first column, elements were present. In the second column or LHS, you can call it as a reactant, right? Reactants and RHS. RHS is nothing but product. First you have to list out how many elements are present in a one reaction. We are taking the first reaction as a magnesium oxide. How many elements are present? Magnesium is a 1, oxygen is a 1. Any other elements are present? No. Now list out magnesium and oxygen. Understand? Now you identify how many number of elements are present. How many number of elements are present in the magnesium? 1. So you write it as 1. What about in the product? 1 is present. Oxygen is how many elements are present? Here 2. 2 elements are present, you write 2. But in the case of here, 1 element. Now you add this. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. Is this a chemical reaction is balanced? No. You must balance. You must balance. To do the balance, we need to follow the applications or uses by the applied of conservation law of mass. Now you need to apply the same number by balancing the coefficient of this chemical reaction. That means we can magnesium is balanced. 1 is there and 1 is there. You no need to add any other numbers. Understand? Like how we are studying in the mathematics coefficient. Understand? For example, 2xy if it is there. What is the coefficient of xy? Is 2. Right. That means 2 is applicable for x also. That means 2x is also present. 2y is also present. That means 2xy is present at a time. Understand? 2xy is present. Similarly, here magnesium 1 is there, magnesium 1 is there, no need to balance. But oxygen 2 here, oxygen 1. We have to make the oxygen 2. What can we do? Can we write here is a 2? No, we can't write here is a 2. Because if you add here 2, what happens? You need to balance. You can't vary the mass. You can't change the element. Understand? But how can we change that? Can you add 2 coefficient here? If you add 2 coefficient, what happens? Oxygen is become 2. That means 2 is applicable for this as well as this. 2 magnesium are present. Now you need to see the magnesium. If magnesium is 2, no. Then you must add the 2 here. Here, then the 2 magnesium, here also 2 magnesium. Oxygen is 2, here also oxygen 2. Now you could have asked the question, why can't we write 2 ma'am here? No, you can't write 2 because here Mg is a 1, magnesium is a 1, okay, oxygen is a 2. It depends on the atomicity and valency I have told you, right? That completely let us study in the metals and non-metal lessons. Okay, depending on the valency of the electron, we need to understand this equation and they are existing the chemical bonds together and form as this magnesium oxide. Now this chemical reaction is balanced. Yes, the chemical reaction is balanced. How? Let us study after the reaction. Magnesium. How many magnesiums are there? I am going to write it here. This is before the reaction. This is before the reaction. Now I am going to write after the balance. Okay. How many magnesiums are there? 2. Here how many magnesiums are there? 2. How many oxygen are there? 2. How many oxygen are there? Here you are not supposed to be right. 2. Now you see 2 plus 2 is 4. Here 2 plus 2 is 4. Now is 4 is equal to 4? Yes. Now the chemical equation is balanced. Okay, these are the steps you need to follow when you are balancing the chemical equation, and this is very important in the case of examination. Okay, 3 marks will be asking examinations oriented questions. You need to practice more and more. Let us do one more reaction, balancing the reaction like this. The easy equations you can take it here. Hydrogen is a 2 elements are present. Hydrogen is a 2 element. Hydrogen is reacted with oxygen to form as a water. Can you see here? Can you see here how many number of elements are present here? Can we write from these reactions how many elements how can we write the numbers? Where I can write the numbers? Can I write the numbers here too? If I write the numbers 2, what it becomes? 2 2s are you should do. Okay, 2 2s are 4. That means 4 elements of hydrogen are present. Understand? Then you need to add 2 is here. Then 2 2s are 4. Here also 4 elements are present. But what about the oxygen? Oxygen is 2. Can I write 2 is here? No, you should not write 2, because if you have written coefficient of 2, it is applicable for both the hydrogen as well as the oxygen, right? Hence, we need to balance like this. Now you can see, is it the chemical reaction is balanced or not? This is before the reaction. Now let us write the after reaction. How many hydrogen are present? Hydrogen elements are present. This is 4. Okay, in the right hand side, again this is a 4. Now here, how many elements of oxygen are present? Yes, 2. And here, I have told you, you should applicable this coefficient to this oxygen. That means, if any two compounds are there, the coefficient must be applicable for these two, right? So hence, how many oxygens are present? 2. Now you add 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Is the chemical reaction is balanced? Yes. Now the chemical reaction is balanced. This is how you need to follow the steps and calculate the number of elements present in the reactant as well as the product. I hope you understand this one. Okay. You have to practice more and more for writing in the examination purpose. Understand? Now let us go for one more example. Look at here. I have told this one, third one. This is a iron, or we can call it as a ferrous. Okay, is reacted with the steam. We could have called in this case as a gas, and this is a solid. Solid and gas. This is what? Ferrous oxide. Ferrous oxide. This is a, and this is a gas. Now let us do calculate. I'll give you. Now I hope you understand and follow this step. Now let us recall the steps one by one. Now first, if you have write this equation, this is called equation, skeletal equations I told you, right? This can also be write in a word form, that is called word equation. This is called symbolic representations of equation. First you write the symbolic representations of the equation, and for then calculate whether the number of reactants are equal to the number of product. If it is not, then you need to write down the steps again and write the bracket in each of the elements and calculate the coefficients, and writing the coefficient by equalize this reactants as well as the product. After that you can indicate whether the liquid, solid or gas. Now let us take in these cases, sodium hydroxide is a solution, so you can write as a solid, and H2SO4 is a solution, is a liquid, you write as a liquid. This is a liquid, and this is a solid, and this is a liquid. Similarly, zinc. Zinc is a liquid, it is a solid, it is a liquid. Zinc sulfate is a liquid, and it is a liquid. Understand? Okay. Now, let us take some more examples, and you just study and work out for these. We will give you some 3 sums for the assignment. By coming to the next class, you have to go through this and work out properly and get back to this examples. Okay. Now write on the first examples of your homework. So whatever this assignment is given, you need to practice and follow these steps by balancing the equation. Now the first question is, what is chemical equation? What is chemical equation? The second one is, what is balanced equation, or what is chemical balanced equation? Why we need to follow this? Why we need to balance? Third one, now balance the following chemical equation. Chemical equations. Now the first one is, nitric oxide is reacted with calcium hydroxide to form calcium nitrate plus water. And one more you just take down. When barium chloride is reacted with sulfuric acid, forms as barium sulfate and hydrochloric acids. Okay, this is what we have studied today. What is chemical reaction? Why we need to balance the chemical equation? What is chemical equations? And what is the criteria to balance the chemical equations? Now, along with this, we have the different kinds of chemical equations. Okay, that we will study in the next class. Okay, thank you.